let's jump into Frankenstein.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
I know, I've seen this. I know this.
Adrian, are you ready to read the
am.
letterbox description of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein?
We got Frankenstein 2025, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Only monsters play God. Dr. Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant but egotistical scientist, brings a creature to life in a monstrous experiment that ultimately leads to the undoing of both the creator and his tragic creation.
So we've talked a little bit about Frankenstein, and to start off, as always, this will be a spoiler-free discussion to start. And we talked about it when we were talking Rocky Horror Picture, and my hot take was that Rocky Horror Picture Show is the best Frankenstein adaptation. Where does this one stack up for you, Erica? Spoiler-free, what did you think of this?
I loved it. I think the part of me that really appreciates it is because I really love kind of everything that Guillermo del Toro does. I don't think I've ever not liked a movie by him. I knew as soon as I heard that he was going to be the one behind it that we were going to get great special effects. We were going to get great prosthetic work. We were just going to see really, really detailed and really gothic features throughout the whole film, and he delivered. So
happy to hear that. You know, Frankenstein has kind of been his golden goat that he's been wanting to make since, I think, before he really started making films. Like it's right up his alley, no pun intended, to Nightmare Alley.
I think he said since he was a little boy, he wanted to do this.
Right. So it's great to see that he had an opportunity. And I think if you think of any contemporary director to make that film, he's the one that you would want to see. But Adrian, what did you think about Frankenstein?
I liked it. I did have a bunch of nitpicks, but I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed how they dove into the science side, the anatomy a little more. I definitely dug that part of it for sure.
Any nitpicks you can share that aren't spoiler related, or are they all?
I just didn't like the way the creature looked. It reminded me of a old Robin Williams movie from 1999 called Bicentennial Man. The creature looked just like him as a robot.
So you don't like the creature
I just didn't
itself?
like it. He looked like it. Yeah.
Fair enough. You know, I got to see Frankenstein the first time at TIFF, so it's been over a month now. So I did rewatch it just before recording this pod to get a little refresher here. But I think the best way to start my thoughts is to introduce my guest for today. It is a guest I may have introduced in the past. He may have summarized my thoughts before. But if there's ever a guest that will be on repeat for me, it is Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. And he perfectly summarizes my thoughts around Frankenstein.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
Tough beat for Batman there. Tough beat for Batman. Yeah, so I think Guillermo, a lot of his movies have dark tones to them, right? Undertones of darkness and heaviness. But it's not dark enough for me. And I think with the Frankenstein story, this came off very heavy-handed. Like, he definitely wants you to, it's not a spoiler, it's the Frankenstein story, but he wants you to befriend the monster, like have empathy for the monster.
Creature.
Oh, sorry. Well, the monster, the creature. Okay, sorry.
The creature.
The creature. And he does it multiple times in multiple scenes where it's like, yeah, we get it. Like, we're there. And I feel like it does feel a bit long for me. And I think maybe even the aspect of it being a period piece felt a bit drawn out as far as how long it felt.
I
I
love a
know
period
you
piece.
love a good period piece, and
I love a
honestly, I'm
period.
sure you love like the costumes and the
You know
production
what I
design.
think I appreciated the most though was the set. Like
Hmm.
the set design team, how they structured things, how like just like the entire scene, just the whole laboratory that they end up being in, phenomenal. Like I think a lot of details went into this, but I do think I have to agree with you. It's like it's difficult because you want to make a movie that does highlight how empathetic you need to be towards the creature, but at the same time, it's like you said, it did get exhausting at some points.
Yeah, and I think the challenge there is that what's the age range that's watching this, right? Like a very
Yeah,
like a under 13 may need that kind of hand holding to get the message across, but everyone else is like, yeah, we get it. And we're familiar with the Frankenstein story,
yeah.
right? Um, as far as performances go, I think, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I think Mia Goth did so well.
100%.
I loved like exquisite because every single time that she was on screen, I was like, "Yep, beautiful, loved it." Like, was very happy with her performance.
Did you catch that she plays two characters?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Did you catch that, Adrian?
No,
She's also, so
I
she's,
didn't.
she's Victor Frankenstein's mom at the beginning
They
in the
just
red
kinda, like,
dress.
Uh,
altered
uh, yeah,
some
They,
of
yeah,
they,
her
okay.
facial
they,
structures,
they
yeah.
adjust some of her face there on that. Yeah,
But
for
I
sure.
love that they did that. Like, I love, love, love that they did that. We can get into spoilers in a little bit, but I'll to tell you, like,
I
why,
mean,
but
spoiler free. I think there's a level of like Freudian messaging, maybe
well,
even in
just
it.
like that
As
well, that and, like, just, like, the symmetry between, like, the mother's love that he got and then the relationship he has with the
yeah,
creature and how completely different and how transparently it is exactly like how his father and his relationship was.
yeah.
So,
Mia Goth, I think, had the best performance and also got all the best lines. Like when I came out of TIFF, I remember saying she was born for this role. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Adrian, did you have a favorite performance?
Yeah, Mia.
Mia also? Okay,
Yeah,
so we're
yeah,
all
she
on
killed
board for
it.
Mia. Yeah.
I mean, I like Christoph, my boy Christoph. He never disappoints, but he was limited in this one. Um,
Harlander? Yeah.
but I would say Mia, yeah, she definitely stole the show.
I think, unfortunately, the weak link, and I hate to say this because I love him, and I'm sure, Erica, you're going to get offended because you love him, but Oscar Isaac is really laying it on thick. Like, his performance is fine, but he's being asked to do like an English accent, which isn't natural, and he's really over the top with his performance, especially early on. It's more apparent. I think as time goes, you kind of get used to it. But what did you guys think about Oscar Isaac?
I think my biggest problem is the like kind of like I mean, I guess like you said he's laying it on thick, but it's like the way he's telling his story, right?
Right,
And then
exactly.
you have the like the cat he's gained sympathy with the story. So like I think that was the part that bothered me of like how they made it seem like you were supposed to be sympathetic when like they've been shoving the empathy for the creature the whole time. So I think that that's where I don't think his performance was bad, but I think it was hindered by kind of like how he was maybe supposed to be being. I don't know if that makes sense. Of like, I think the
Sure.
direction for him was a little bit off.
I thought it was necessary because he played a pretty good psycho. Like it's showing him falling off the like his wheels starting to like jam up. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's you see the progression, and you kind of notice that he's crazy the whole time. And that's the whole notion of Frankenstein is like she's getting on you for saying the creature because who's the monster is the whole
Hmm.
premise of
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So I think his over the top acting was necessary only because he's playing an over the top character who's losing his mind. Like he has to be ultimately like eccentric and just bizarre,
Hmm.
and that was necessary for him.
That's fair. I think the narration aspect, kind of like you alluded to, Erica, also made it a bit more difficult in A, the pacing, and B, um, the way the performance came off, because there's a couple different narrators throughout the film, which we could dive into a little bit more with spoilers. Um, but one other person we have to talk about is Jacob Elordi, who plays the creature. Adrian, you said you didn't like his aesthetic. Outside of that, the performance, did you buy it? What did you think?
I mean, it was a little soft for Frankenstein, if you ask me. Like he was like one of my nitpicks was like how he's all of a sudden Dr. Doolittle and like talking to animals and stuff, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
um so little things like that it bother me, but as far as like his performance was okay.
Hmm.
Um all those prosthetics kind of drew away from like maybe his facial expressions and maybe some of
Mm.
the real acting that he could have been doing, but I mean, it was enough for
Think that
me
might
for
have
Okay.
been
Frankenstein.
on purpose to have him a
Hmm.
little bit, inanimate in that sense.
Hmm.
I wasn't impressed, but, he did the job, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, "Okay, like,
Yeah.
okay, we have a creature, a monster, whatever you wanna call it," you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, here we go.
I don't know, it's difficult because I've seen him in other things, and I was hoping for a little bit more range and the fact that he is playing something. I don't know, maybe that kinda, like, goes into hand in hand with, like, them shoving the you have to be empathetic towards this creature. It's like, "Okay, we know, like, let the creature do the work, like, let his actions
Show not tell.
show that," and I don't think we
Yeah.
got enough of that. I don't think we got enough action from him in that sense.
Not
And
until well, because so I did hear Guillermo del Toro talk about it. Like he was definitely trying to get a he said, she said kind of aspect to it. And that's where the narration and all that comes in. And I think that's where you feel the transition shift from his like who you feel sorry for, who you're
Mhm.
sentimental towards, whether it's Victor Frankenstein or the creature.
Right.
It
Right.
you're not gonna feel that until it's his side of the story. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell
W
you, I think maybe that's where the annoyance comes from, right? Because it is Frankenstein's story. So, like, who's your audience that you're really trying to reach with this movie? Because if your audience is, from 25 to 40, you might not need to do it this way. Like, you might not need to
Right.
lay it on so thick to where, like, the moment Victor Frankenstein is on the screen and they're, like, trying to save him from the creature, like, I don't have any sympathy for him because I know the story. So
Mm.
with that storytelling and the kinda, like, the pace of things and the laying it on thick, I really, really liked this movie, but that's probably, like, the biggest thing was, like, we didn't need it to be that that dense of a movie.
Right.